Okay, guys, welcome to another KPC Live. Today we're going to be talking about 10 Korean habits that might offend you. Like I'm pointing at you right now. And today we have John here as a special guest again, your favorite, guys.
How's everyone doing? Early in the morning today. I believe we're an hour earlier than last time.
Yes, we are streaming at 10:15 a.m. Seoul, South Korea, KST. How's everybody doing? And I hope you're ready to get offended. Yes, so for the replay fam who's watching this afterwards, I'll put timestamps for each 10 segments. So yeah, you can scroll through, swipe through. And let's go into the intro first and foremost. Let's greet some people over here. Diana, hello. And Katie, hello. I just came back from Seoul. Hope you had a nice trip. And Daja Hao, K-pop Nuna Hunter present. And Mochi, Roshash, everyone, hello everybody. Ready to get offended?
Yes.
Okay, so we will offend you guys. You foreigners.
Wow, that was straight off the back racist.
Yeah, no, what? Yeah, okay. Hi, David and John. Just the tea, please. Okay,
Hi.
guys. Yeah, let's just wait for a while so that the folks and the gang can gather. So, watching from NYC and from Ohio and 6:50 a.m. Wow, it's very early there. Appreciate watching. 3:18 a.m.
Wow.
South Africa, Shinji. Whoa. Okay, and don't forget to like the live stream before we go on. And so, John, how have you been?
Yeah, nothing much has changed. I've been busy trying to be active on my other various social media platforms. Also, I've been featuring other people's content. I don't know if you know who Dr. David Tizard is. Oh,
Yeah,
you
I've been
were
on the show, yeah.
You were on one of his shows.
Mhm.
So, most recently, I got to be on his show.
Mm-hmm.
I also was invited to Seoul Fashion Week after party,
Ooh.
which was fun. I got to meet a lot of models and not like meet, but just like watch from
We're gonna
far
have
away.
lunch after this, right?
I watched from far away. I didn't actually talk to
We're
anybody.
gonna have lunch
Yeah,
after
yeah,
this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're always curious about it.
Well, I'm just asking. We're gonna have lunch after this, right?
Yes. And yeah, I met a lot of like executives more.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Executives.
Yeah,
Ooh,
a lot
okay.
of people, and also I've been just eating a lot of good food thanks to a lot of last time I was here. I received a lot of donations,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I got to eat a lot of good food, and I was like sending people who donated to me what things I've been spending with their money, which has been fun.
So how do you use that? You know, how much did you get last time?
I believe I got around like over 140,000 won,
Wow.
which was
That's not
which
bad.
is really good. Which is really
It's
good.
not
So
bad.
I got to eat a lot of good food, and I also send some of the listeners who DM me that like, hey, love having you on. If I noticed that they were the same people who donated, then I also send them photos of what I ate with their money, because I do really appreciate it. And also, I've never been. That was the first time I ever received donations. So I was like, this is what I'm doing with your money, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be
Yeah.
good sport. So yeah.
Yeah, appreciate y'all just showing love for John as well too. Like he
Yes.
takes a lot of time and effort to come all the way here and be
Right.
present on the screen. So yeah, anything you want to send him over, paypal.me/ what was it?
It was called ajohninquiries@gmail. So
ajohninquiries@gmail.
so
There you go.
Yes. Well, I am originally called, and my English name is John.
Yeah.
I do go by Ajon on radio and various social media platforms. I just go by the social media name Ajon
Yeah.
because there's just one too many Johns. So
You know that's not the funny part, right? The inquiries. is the-
Inquiries.
Sounds like I don't know, a painting company address or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I wanted to look official, like professional. If people,
Okay.
if I wanted to get like like sponsored ads or like
Mhm.
business inquiries, but I still haven't received any business inquiries. It's just something that I have to
it's
make
cute. It's
myself
cute.
look.
And another cute thing, he just came today to morning, and he was like, "Oh, I got my business card printed
Yeah.
out," and I was like, "Oh, I want to give one to you next time." So, yeah, I think that's a culture among Korean people. Like,
Yeah.
since we still have those paper little
Yes.
business cards, and like you got yours from Arirang, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So like it's like an official, thingy, and like you give it out to people around you and stuff. And I thought that was cute, because like, of course it's like professional and official, but
Right.
like it just sent me back memory lane when I got my first thingy, and I was like giving it out to people too back in the days.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because oftentimes, like, I've had business cards of like when I was doing internships and stuff, but they're kind of like not really that useful.
Yeah.
But like this is when I'm really proud to be a radio person, so I'm just kind of like handing it out. So yeah, I've been giving a lot of people my business cards.
So you're gonna be going to like fashion shows and handing it out to models and executives.
More executives than models. I'm not really hugely interested.
Hey! You gotta
Models.
hand it out to models more than executives.
Models. Okay, I don't want to roast people in the fashion business, but like,
What? Okay.
It's like-
we got some tea already.
it's like while they make a lot of money, also they're really like, they kind of, some of the models that I've met, while they're very attractive on the outside, they're like hollow in the inside.
Wow.
So like, it's like if you talk to them, there's not a lot of things to talk about besides like, oh, that's cool.
Okay.
You spend like so much money and like you make a lot of money, but also you're like, you just sit there and look pretty. So it's like
Well-
a lot of the runway models, they're cool, but a lot of the influencer on the stuff, it's like, I'm like, cool.
So you don't like those kind of people, right?
I want them to have more like depth to their conversation.
So you don't like them, right?
In the sense that if they don't have depth, then I don't.
Okay, that means you can introduce them to me. Because I'm okay with hollow people. I can fill them in. What?
I just wanted
I can fill that little gap. They're
that little gap.
they're
Okay.
the hollow.
I thought you were talking about something else. It's way too early to be sexual. You said something. You said hollow.
Bro, you need
said,
church.
You said to fill them in somewhere small. I don't. That's
What?
not just
What?
me. You said that. It's,
Hey, if you understood it in like a naive way, or like a sincere way, type 1. If you understood it like John, type 2. Let's
You
see
said-
how many people are decent minded and
you
like.
said you wanted to be introduced to these pretty models.
Yes.
And you wanted to fill them up.
Yeah.
And you said that they were.
You
Small
said they
or
were
tight?
hollow.
You said they were small or tight. Did you say?
What?
I don't know.
I
Anyways,
never said that.
This is way too. It's 10:30 in the morning. What exactly? We have a lot more twos.
I'm a highlight the ones. I'm a
Wow.
highlight the. Oh, I can't even press 1. It's going up too fast.
See,
The 2s are going up too fast.
I'm just saying.
Oh
I
my
know
God,
the
okay.
demographic. What's the 3? Hey Story Lives is 3.
You guys are damned.
We all need Jesus at this point.
Yes.
Yes.
Dot.
Yeah, I'm just relating to our audience, but it is early in the morning.
Yes.
Yes.
The conversation is so hetero. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, we're 2 hetero boys. My mom's in the room. Okay. Well, like before we go in, I just had some funny news, like totally unrelated to today's topic. Since we have 100 people, let's give it a few more minutes. But like speaking of mom, Tyler the what?
Because I don't know where this conversation was going. As soon as you said, speaking of moms, okay, please carry on.
You thought I was gonna go like mommy daddy thing too?
I don't know.
No, like this
Which
is
mom?
totally unrelated, but like Tyler the Creator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in town yesterday for a concert, and then
Oh.
BTS RMV and everyone was there, and he actually Tyler the Creator shout out Mom's Touch
Right.
on the stage for like 5 minutes.
Right.
And he was like, "This shit is good." And he was like.
Wasn't he saying Mama Touch or something?
Yeah, Mama Touch or something, but he was like, "Wow, you got the best thing going on over here." So, yeah, I mean, you want Mom's Touch for lunch?
Oh, I would be down.
Oh, really?
Honestly, like, Mom's Touch is great.
It is actually good.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Like when I bring my friends from New Zealand to Korea, Mom's Touch is actually one of the places that I do take them, and they like Mom's Touch Isaac's toast Like,
your friends come from New Zealand and
Yeah.
you take them to Mom's Touch.
if Tyler the Creator loves it,
This is how you offend your foreigner friends.
no, the thing is, you just know your target audience. If I bring them here and I take them to like I don't know, like japchae
Yeah,
or like pajeon, well, they might like pajeon.
yeah.
But do you think foreigners will like pajeon more, or do you think they will like side burger from Mom's Touch more?
I mean, I get your point.
Exactly.
I get your point, but still, I would still shove down handshake down there.
Right,
Yeah.
I'll do a mix and match, and I'll put a little bit of cheopokkeum there. Like
Okay.
cheopokkeum is one of those things that Korean people love, but they don't also introduce to foreigners often.
Mhm.
Like I've done my well research, and I think
Okay.
side burger from Mom's Touch, over how cheap it is,
Yeah.
how good it is, how big it is.
It's thick.
It is thick
It is
with two
thick.
C's.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of people's favorite. So
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, so if you're in Korea, I recommend you trying out Mom's Touch. Even BTSV did a shout out on
Right.
his Instagram as well too. Like he had Mom's Touch. Mom's Touch is a restaurant. Like guys, like you gotta stop with the innuendos. Like Mom's Touch sounds weird.
No, so is it a restaurant? No, it's not a restaurant. It is a franchise fast food
Right.
chain in Korea.
Right. It's basically like
It's like McDonald's
yeah.
or
It's like
Burger King.
McDonald's, but it specializes in chicken patties.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's like mostly chicken based. You can actually get chicken there too.
You can, but I think most people go there for the chicken burgers.
Right. The
which-
side burger he's talking about is the signature. And I think the one Tyler, the creator, he had was like the Edward Lee burger because he
Okay.
was talking about the sauce and stuff.
Okay.
So there's like a collab between the Culinary Class Wars. I think he was second place, right? He ended up second place. Edward Lee,
Oh,
the
okay.
chef. Yeah. He did a collab with Mom's Touch, and then there's like a special burger over there.
Okay.
It's pretty good. And I still like the side burger.
Right, I do too.
Yeah, but apparently, so I'm a total stockhead. So yesterday when I saw that news, like Tyler the creator shouted out, V was posting it, and like Mag and everyone was like posting about it. I was like immediately searching like related stocks to Mom's Touch because like
Are they no, they're not SPC, right?
no, they're not. So like apparently they had their like mother company listed for a while, but they got delisted for some reason.
Right.
So anyways, I was looking for that because like I missed that the hype train for Bulldog and
Right, right.
K-pop Demon Hunters Shinramyeon and all that
Mm.
Nongshim. So I was looking for that, and then it was non-existent. But I was asking my friends about it, and then apparently my producer friend who worked in Japan for a while, Mom's Touch is the thing in Japan right now. Apparently.
Oh.
Like they line up for that shit.
Mom's Touch is great.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't done like a mukbang on the show yet.
Yeah.
Like, we could deliver food.
Yeah, we could do that.
I'm really hungry right now. I'm talking about Mom's Touch, but Mom's Touch is great.
Okay.
I've never had American chicken burgers.
Mhm.
I don't know if you have.
I guess
wonder if-
Popeyes is like the closest I could get Cajun chicken burgers.
We do have Popeyes in Korea as well,
Mm.
but I don't know if they're as good or as beloved at
Mm.
least, because Popeyes is also kind of seen as like international foreign, so they're priced a little bit more expensive in Korea
Mhm.
than side burger.
Yeah.
right? Like from Mom's Touch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Korean Chick-fil-A, I guess. Right?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
I don't know what that is, but
Chick-fil-A.
okay.
You said Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. It says Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A. Yes.
Okay.
But-
A John. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's just talking about Mom's Touch, so dirty minded.
Chick-fil-A.
Yes.
Chipotle. Yeah, Chipotle is coming into Korea too.
Yeah, I did a news about that. Not a lot of people seem to be interested because we already have
Nah.
Chikara.
Yeah, Kuchara.
Kuchara?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the knockoff version. I guess like the non-franchise version.
It is a franchise.
It is a
Korea.
franchise, but like the copy version.
It is.
Yeah.
Very much a copy. And it's alright. It's alright.
It's alright.
But all Mexican food are overpriced in Korea, I feel.
Yeah, that's true. We actually had Mexican food the other.
Oh, yeah.
Like the other live.
It's
yeah.
great. It tastes good. It's just very expensive. Right?
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 people watching. So 46 likes so far only. So let's get that up to 100, and let's go in with today's main content.
Yes.
You mentioned you're hungry, so you can help yourself out with these snacks
Ooh.
if you want. Like, we got 0 choco pies before GTA 6. And zero chocolate balls too.
They're zero in the sense that they don't have sugar, right?
Yeah.
It's not
Sugar-free.
0 calorie. Yeah.
Mhm.
False marketing. I just say.
Oh my gosh, how are you gonna make this 0 calorie?
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Then you shouldn't market it with zero.
It's zero sugar.
Yeah, but also they have other like things that also put in like calories as well.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay. Well, you good? You don't have
Yes.
to? I also brought him this, if you know what that is. Almond breeze.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
All right.
but I am curious
Mhm.
what our first donation will be.
Our first donation.
I
Our
love
super chat?
Yes.
You love money?
Yes. Who doesn't? Not that hungry for money.
Yeah, I
but
guess that's why we click, because we both love money.
not as much as I'll buy stocks and crypto money, but
Mm.
I like money. I like food.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. David is doing it on purpose, chocolate balls. No, you guys are too, like...
Have you ever had like an R19 like live stream where you only talk about like sexual stuff?
No.
Would you ever? How much like likes or something would you have to get to do like an R19?
I could do like a 5-minute session.
Really, you can't do a whole hour of R19 stuff.
I mean, I could, like, what's stopping me? But, like, a lot of people, someone mentioned they're watching with their mom. Some people are young,
Technically, if you're a mom, you've had experiences, right? Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. Let's leave it there.
Okay.
But you know what I mean.
This is a family-friendly channel.
Right.
Yeah.
But we are talking about K culture today because we have 10 Korean habits that will offend foreigners, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Assuming the idea was that if you come to Korea as a foreigner, you might get offended by these 10 things, which are seemingly more, I would say, more common.
Yeah.
Which some I will say I will disagree with. And this was created by the one and only.
Oh, no.
Was this your idea?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Do not mention that name here.
Why?
Yeah, that brings down the authorities, authenticity. So yeah.
Well, they're often cited.
No.
Right?
Okay. Anyways. Okay. Yeah. So let's go into today's script. Actually, so Korean habits that will offend you, quite likely. So yeah. Number 1, actually. Let's go. You want to pick something from the list?
Ooh, I do. But before we begin, Dolly Baby's back. Dolly Baby, hi. How are you doing? I miss you. Thank you. Why are you quiet?
Huh?
Hi. Thanks for the $10 USD. Thank you.
It's a dedicated donation for you. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you, Dolly Baby, for the $10. Okay. Yes.
Oh, so do you want to pick one? Should we pick one?
Yeah.
Oh, Dolly Baby, do you want to pick a number?
Yeah, pick a number. It's gonna take a while though.
Yes, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my email up just in case we do get donations. Don't you need to keep your PayPal on the
Nah, I'm
top?
fine. Like mine's in the pinned comment probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so pick a number between 1 to 10 and we'll start with that one. Yeah. And yeah, the thing about these are like it has lags.
It has delays.
Yeah,
Right.
so,
Very
yeah.
much so. Well, then should we go with how many likes it has right now? Dolly Baby's missus currently has 7 likes.
Oh, she picked
says
3.
three.
Okay. Let's go with 3.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, this one's the most like well-known one.
Right.
So, okay. So, one thing that might offend you in Korea is you meet a person and what do they ask first?
The first thing is if you're a foreigner, they ask you where you're from, and the second thing is obviously your age.
Your age,
Right.
yes. So even among Koreans, like it's a well-known habit, or I guess like maybe even an icebreaker to
Right.
some
I
extent.
would say
Like
it's
it's
icebreaker.
just custom, or I don't know. Like maybe we don't have things to talk about, but
Right.
for some reason, Koreans ask about your age within the first 5 sentences of your
Right.
encounter.
I
Would you
would
say
say-
that's true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. I think it's because Korea has a very hierarchical culture,
Yes.
and also because we do have this thing of formal and informal languages.
Exactly.
To give people the benefit of the doubt, I do want to believe that it is the idea that because we have to speak formal language.
Yeah.
If you know someone's age, you can be like, oh, then if we're similar age, should we just speak informally?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very quick way of connecting bond.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true. And also, like, to be fair though, like, you know, there is formal language, but it's not like, you know, you're gonna meet a person and someone's gonna be like, you know, for instance, John's gonna ask me like, how old are you? And I'm gonna be like, I'm 30 something, and oh, you're young, so, you know.
I want to ask you because I'll know by the way that you look. I'm joking. Yeah, oftentimes,
But what I'm saying is like, it's not. What I'm trying to say is like, just because you establish the age
Right.
and like you know each other, you're not immediately gonna drop that the honorific.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like you know, you're just probably gonna maintain the honorifics for a while until the older person actually says like, oh, this is uncomfortable. You can drop them. Like, let's just go like, you know, panmar and all that. But unless that happens, like the honorifics keep going on. But like, yes, to be fair to Korean people, we are trying to establish that, you know, hierarchy first. Right. And it's not like, oh, I'm above you or I'm below you. It often comes from the person below too, right? Because they want to be comfortable with the hierarchy themselves. Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think to a certain degree it is to establish like where we stand, which is why I do have a very strong opinion about this. What do you think about the whole like getting rid of the Korean age? Like, oh, let's just do
I don't even use Korean age anymore.
Really?
Like,
it's
legally.
You're old. I noticed that older. Sorry. I know, I do really.
What is with John today?
I'm a little bit tired. I got like 5 hours of sleep, a little bit.
Damn, he's roasting me back and forth.
The thing is, the older people seem to be more inclined to take away the Korean age.
Of course.
Because they want to be 1 year younger.
Hey, law is law. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
First of all, Korean age was never a law. It was a cultural thing. So to take away something culturally, I think it just logically doesn't make sense.
The previous president came out deliberately and said, let's not use this anymore.
Yeah, and he also did a martial law, which was the smartest idea. So I don't know if he has the greatest idea.
Oh my gosh.
But the thing is,
everyone has their flaws and pros and cons, but I would say the abolishing of the Korean age was a good thing.
I want to disagree with that. I know it's a friendly debate, but the thing is, Korea is a very hierarchy-based culture. Mm-hmm. To take away something like the Korean age, it just results to, okay, how old are you? And if you're very similar age, then you have to be like, oh, did you turn 26? Are you turning 26? Like, it's a very, even this 1 year difference in universities when you're growing up is a very big thing. And to take that away, I feel like is one of those things where I understand fundamentally, especially if your age is a very big difference, but if you do have a very similar age in school, those one age is a very important thing. So if from an elderly, someone who you're a little bit older, it does make sense to take it away because it doesn't really matter at that point, because even if you're 5-6 years difference, it doesn't matter. But if you're younger, especially if you're in school, or if you're in the education system, 1 year, 2 years is a huge difference.
I'm not following because like everyone's taking it away, so everyone subtracts like 1 year.
Right, but the thing is, think about it. If you're in school, and you're 1월생, so which means you're 16.
Yeah.
You're 16, but somebody a year above you is like their birthday is like in November, so they're 16 as well.
Yeah.
But still technically, so. Are you allowed to be friends with them? Technically, in the school education system, especially in Korea.
Yeah, definitely there are those kind of situations, even without the Korean age, because like some parents just choose to put their kids early into school. We have things called baden and all that. So,
not anymore.
I guess.
Rid of that.
But, you know... See, like you're following that too. We got rid of the Korean age too.
That's the education system. That's the system.
Gotcha.
That's the system. How it's made. It's just like in Korean culture, I don't think it's rationally sensible to take it away, because then you're just needing to be like, okay, then are you turning this age? Have you turned that age?
Right.
So it's just like. It just causes another.
You just want to roast old people. Let's just admit.
Okay, I did see
You're unfolding this whole logic because you want to roast.
I don't want to roast old people. I did notice that we have Dr. David Tizard in the comment section.
Oh really? Hey, David Tizard, professor.
Professor
hello.
Dr. David. Is that he was?
Where? I don't see.
He was just yes there. Up a little bit.
Up,
Yes.
up, up. Hello, David.
Yes, he was probably mentioning the fact that I was roasting you. So no, I respect my elders a lot. It's just the idea that Korean age, taking them away, just causes another level of, okay, then like what is your actual age, or like what year were you born in?
All right.
So it just causes another level
All
of
right.
like
Okay.
questions that I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm 34 in Korean age. Okay.
if you're
Are you
this-
satisfied?
if you're this level of age difference, you wouldn't even have to ask.
Kepi, thank you. John, you're gonna be someday old and you're gonna be
That's
like,
true.
oh, who uses Korean age?
That's true. Someday I will be old, but no matter how old I'll be, you'll always be older. I'm just saying. Age goes the same way for everyone. Doesn't matter if I'm old, someday you'll be older.
Wow.
I'll always be satisfied with the fact that
John's
David always will be
very
older.
spicy today. Okay.
Yeah, lack of
if you
sleep.
like this version of John, send some super chats. All right.
Yes.
Well, circling back to the actual, thing, like being offended by asking your age immediately. Type 1 in the chat if you actually would genuinely feel offended if a Korean person, asked you about your age immediately. Like,
And two, if you wouldn't be offended.
yeah,
right?
like 1 if you're offended, 2 if you're not offended. Let's see. Like, I don't know, because like it's just so normalized to us.
Right.
The fact that this could be an offensive thing is offensive to me.
I think the idea is the fact that if you're a woman,
Yeah.
so I am generalizing here. So yes, I know there's a lot of people, but from what I've heard, a lot of some women would be offended by their age because they're oftentimes their beauty shows that they look way younger. But I think also we're seeing a lot of twos in the comments.
Oh,
we see
interesting,
a few
okay.
ones there.
So it's
We're
not
seeing-
as offensive as we thought. Okay.
Right, we're seeing a lot of twos, but at the same time, I think this kind of aligns with the next one, which is the fact that Koreans do want to point out about people's looks often, and when you do, oftentimes you ask for someone's age, and when you say your age, the
Yeah.
most common comment that follows is like, "Wow, you look really young for
Right.
your age."
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a very common thing to kind of put them together, I would say.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised a lot of people are typing 2. But I want to ask, is it because you guys expected it from Koreans, or are you just like, okay, even if like in your own cultural setting someone would ask your age straight off the bat? Like,
Right.
I'm curious, like, is it because you all have that premise that, oh, this person's Korean, so probably in his culture, it's okay to ask age? Does that take into account for the answers for 2 or not? Like, I'm curious about that one. And also, like, I guess, for you mentioned women, right? They might take more offense
Right.
about the age thing. Like in those kind of settings, like you meet a person, like maybe like in a sogeting, or like you meet for the first time, and a lot of people, like you mentioned the looks, which is the next one we're going to talk about, but it connects to that because like we ask the age in order to either compliment.
Right.
I think compliment. It leads to a compliment, right?
Right.
Because like, it could go both ways, because like if you're older than I thought, you'd be like, oh, you're so like 동안, you're so
Right.
young faced. And if you're younger,
You say you're so mature.
no, actually I get offended if you say you're mature.
Really?
I mean like in terms of looks, if you say you're mature.
Not in terms of looks, but if you're talking to someone, be like, oh wow, I
Personality.
thought you'd be, like, because you're so like bright or deep,
Mhm.
you'd be like, oh, I thought you'd be a lot older.
Right, in that kind of sense, it would definitely make sense. But like, it goes like both ways. Like, if she or he is younger than I thought, or like actually pretty young,
Right.
you'd be like, oh wow, like it must be great to be that age or young, something like that.
Right.
So usually the age defines something, and then you kind of like branch out from that. Either it's looks or like a compliment or something like that. So anyways, we're not trying to offend you. There's no malicious intent.
Right.
It's just like setting the hierarchy, the honorifics, and then leading to a compliment or something like
And
that.
oftentimes Koreans are pretty blunt with their questions in the sense that Koreans don't mind asking you where do you live,
Oh yeah.
because I think Seoul itself and Korea is a huge like. It's just so overpopulated that if you say like, for example, I'm open to say that I live in Yeongdeung-pukgu district, and Yeongdeung-pukgu district is huge. It's huge, and there's like so much people that even if I tell you the whole region,
Yep.
it might not like. There's no way you're gonna find me. But I do notice that a lot of foreigners, if someone's like, "Hey, how old are you?" Like, like, "Oh, where do you live? Where are you staying?" Some people could feel like a little bit threatened by that. But I feel like that is also a very common question where. You, as a foreigner, you might feel threatened or feel, a little bit offended.
Yeah, I've seen that kind of encounters a lot on social media, like people filming that, like a guy approaching him or like a conversation. And there was this one girl like that filmed that, and the conversation was like, "So where do you live?" And she's like, "Why do you want to know? Like, are you a stalker or something?" But it's like just it doesn't mean like what's your address down to the like. Room number. It's like which district or which area do you live in. So I mean, when Koreans aren't fluent in English, they'll just be like, "Oh, where do you live?" And you'll be weirded out by that, thinking like, "Oh, does this guy want to like follow me or something?"
Right.
But then it's just asking like, "Oh, do you live in Gongda or Mapo or Yeongdeungpo or Gangnam or something like that?"
It's oftentimes to just give something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. I know something in that area. I've been to that area. Oh, like the theater there, stuff like that.
I think everybody has it. If you in Sinchon, you'd ask them, "Oh, are you a university student?" If you live in Hongdae, you'd be like, "Oh, do you like to go out or something?" If you live in Yeongdeungpo, maybe you're a little bit older.
Yep.
A lot of people in Yeongdeungpo seems to be a little bit older. Like, "Oh, did you grow up there?" If you live in Gangnam, you can point out the fact that they're rich.
Yeah.
If you live in like Haehwa area, they could be like in theater. So it's just to connect something with that area. Often nobody cares about like which specific neighborhood.
Right.
But oftentimes people will, in Korea, it's become so desensitized to a certain degree. People will tell you their apartment complex.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I'm fine with that.
Because there's so many people that live in that.
Yeah, there's
complex.
probably like 2,000 people in this apartment complex.
Exactly.
Like, how are you gonna?
And there's so many different buildings in that complex as well. So it's like, so people.
I mean, I
just
understand the precautions though. Like,
Right.
you better be safe. But yeah. Anyways, okay. But I'm glad you mentioned about like how it leads to a conversation, because
Right.
I think the same functionality applies to age as well.
But if you do feel offended, or if you do feel like this might be violating your privacy, or if you feel unsafe, you're more than welcome to just either not answer or say in a very like general terms. Say you're like, "Oh," oftentimes Korean people will say like, "Oh, they're like below the Han River," or like they're on the east side of Han River. So you can kind of turn it in that way if you feel like giving a specific district or neighborhood is a bit too private. Just be like, "I live on the east side of Han River."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very common answer as well.
Yeah, but then also at the same time, if you answer like that, some people might think inside, they're like, "Oh, why are they being so like cautious for no reason?"
Right.
Yeah. Anyways.
But it's a very common question which we did want to clarify as well, in case anybody comes to Korea, meet at someone, and they ask you.
Yeah, and Lynn also asked, why can't you be friends if you're not the same age in Korea?
You can be friends, but I think in school, education system, there's a very big 선후배 hierarchy system where they kind of, even a year difference is a
it's
huge
kind of
thing.
silly if you think about it, but
Even in universities, I feel like it's very common until you come out to like
I
to
mean,
working.
we just have this like terminology. Like if we're the same age, we immediately meet and ask the age, and we're like the same age. We'll be like, "Oh, 친구네," like,
Right.
"Oh, we're friends." So there is like the meaning of like actual friends, like
Right.
being in a relationship and stuff like that. But also like it's just like a term too, like
Right.
"Oh, 친구, 동갑, 갑," something
Right.
like that. So like me and Jin, my other partner, who's 2 years older than me, we're friends, and John and I are friends.
Right.
So like it's just like that.
Yeah, and I think it's just cultural thing.
Yeah, and I do think there is a little bit of a barrier becoming like true friends in Korea if like there
Right.
is an age difference, unlike the West, relatively compared to the West. But it's not impossible.
Right, exactly.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Since you mentioned the looks one, let's go on to that one, which is another Korean habit that might offend you, along with the age asking, is blunt comments about your looks immediately.
Right.
Have you gotten that before?
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm.
I think oftentimes when it comes to my looks, I think it's usually about my physique.
Okay.
Because I don't have an attractive face, I would say.
Stop saying that.
No, because it's relatively true, which is why like oftentimes when they comment about it, it's usually like half compliment as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when it is, it's usually about like my shoulders or physique.
Mm. Yeah, I mean nobody's gonna say like
Oh,
you
you're
look
ugly
ugly
today.
or something.
Like no one's gonna say that.
Yeah.
So it's like oftentimes it is like a certain compliment or
Yeah.
a certain aspect like about your hair, like or your fashion. But K-beauty, K-fashion is so big in Korea, right?
Mm-hmm. But there are some things that Korean people do not actually realize that might offend the other person.
Right.
So there are some like negative comments they just throw out unintentionally,
Right.
such as like, "Oh, you look tired today." Oh,
Right.
like, "Oh, you have your dark circles down until up till here." Like, did you not get sleep yesterday night, or like did you work out too much? Like that comment I got a lot.
Right.
Like, you look puffy. Like, did you eat ramen
It's just
before?
'cause you're fat. I'm joking.
Yeah, but
I've never
anyways,
got that comment.
I've always say, "Oh, 얼굴
부었네.
부었어,
Yeah,
부었네." Like, "Oh, 피곤한가 보다." Like, you look tired. So that's the most like famous line. You look tired. Your face looks puffy.
Yeah.
They all connect to. So even for this, even if it might sound negative, it's like deriving from the feeling like, oh, I want to ask of your well-being.
Right.
Like,
Like, they
did you
wanna
get good
sense-
sleep? Or
Right.
yeah, how are you doing? Stuff like that.
I think oftentimes it really depends on delivery, but oftentimes it's people trying to care for you. Because
Yeah.
if you are tired, I've had moments where people will be like, "Oh, you look a little bit tired, exhausted today," and then I'll be like, "No, I'm fine," and then I'll like go to my studio, and then they would be like, they'll send me like a coffee and cacao or something.
Yeah,
And then they'll
yeah.
be like, "Hey man, I hope you feel a little bit better." Like oftentimes people do point out these things. Where you could be like, "Oh wait, do I look off today?" But
Yeah.
it is often people trying to really care for you,
Mhm.
which delivered in the wrong way, it can be offensive.
Exactly. And
Okay.
Hilda is offended right now. But I don't like it though. It seems rude. Yeah, so see, like a lot of people are offended. You look tired, can't that be like concern? Exactly. That's what
Right.
we're talking about. So yeah, that's a very big comment I get a lot from my friends.
Right.
And the dynamics might differ of course if you're like real homies and
Right.
you don't have any like boundaries between yourselves, like they could be like, "Oh, you look tired as F," something like that. Then they actually mean it. Like, you don't look so good right now.
Right.
You look like you rolled out of bed, something like that. But in most cases, between like just two people that aren't like friends or like just strangers or whatever, if someone says, "Oh, you look so tired," it's like, do you need some rest, or like I'm trying to ask about your well-being. Yeah.
I think in Korea as well, if you see somebody often,
Mhm.
there's not a lot of things to talk about. And I catch myself as well. I'm somebody who loves giving compliments. My love language when it goes to like showing love is words of affirmation, which is why like I noticed that I also be like, "Hey, you look really nice with your hair up," or like, "Hey, you look really good with glasses today."
Yeah.
And it's not to either like it's not to flirt, it's not to do anything. It's just to really just like hopefully boost in their day a little bit.
Exactly. But like as Jay says, you look tired is a concern, and we can confirm that. But I did see some of my female coworkers get offended by them. They're
Right.
Koreans as well. Especially when your boss says, like in the morning, like at 9 a.m., you just got to work and like, "Oh, like 누구 씨, 왜 이렇게 피곤해 보여?" If they say something like that, they just like they are throwing it as a concern. But
Right.
if there's like power dynamics there, or like if there's like a different gender dynamic or something like that, then it becomes complicated. And then like the female coworker would come to me and then say like, "Oh, why does he care if I look tired or not?" Like that's
Right.
yeah, like I've heard that kind of stuff. So you got to be very careful with it.
And also, it's one of those situations where, like, for example, if in the woman's perspective, or men, if you didn't do your makeup today, just one day you didn't do your makeup,
yeah.
you do your makeup every day, but one day you were exhausted, tired, and you just didn't want to do your makeup, and then somebody says, hey, are you okay? You look a little bit sick.
Yeah.
Then you could be offended.
Yeah.
In that sense, right? And I think makeup and fashion is very big in Korea. For example, because you did tell me in a little bit of advance, I did bring some statistics, and these are also because I went on David Tizard's podcast where I talked about fashion and beauty, and it said that Olive Young is huge in Korea, right? Everybody goes to Olive Young in Korea. A lot of Koreans go to Olive Young as well, and it was announced recently that CJ Olive Young, obviously Korea's the biggest beauty retailer. They reported a sales figure of 4.7899 trillion won last year, which is huge. Which also shows how much people care about beauty. And when it comes to fashion, which fashion company do you think is the biggest in Korea?
무신사.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm glad you went straight there, because Mushinsa apparently first crossed over the annual sales of 100 billion won in 2018, and last year they said they reached the sales of high of 1.24 trillion won, growing about 11-fold in the last 6 years, which is huge, and which also shows how much Korea, in both men and women, kind of care about fashion and K-beauty.
Yeah.
In the sense that if you dress like me, like very boring and like one color, no design, people will ask you if you shop at Mushinsa. And that's kind of an insult in a certain degree, but it's also very common, I'd say.
There is that common say like, oh, you probably bought your clothes from Mushinsa, or like, but actually no, there are two versions of it. Like, if you actually dress pretty good too, they would say like, you dress good, but if you lack character, then they would say like, oh, you probably bought like the top 10 items from Mushinsa. Right,
because it is very fashionable in the sense. As well.
Yeah, but like other than the looks and the tire thing, there are some really offensive ones that hit me hard, which is the top 2 comment I've always heard. Oh, you've gained weight. Oh, you look a little bit, chubby nowadays. Right. They don't say you look chubby actually. They just straight up say like you look fat.
You look like you gained weight.
Yeah. 살쪘네? They'll be like, 살쪘어? 왜 이렇게 살쪘어? 왜 이렇게 요즘 헬스 안 가? Something like that. You don't go to the gym or something like that. And that's very just, in your face. Have you gotten that before?
Not as much.
Not as much? Because you haven't been fat?
No, it's just because I think these comments often come from people who feel or who are close to you.
Yeah.
So regular people on the street or people that you meet once in a while, they won't say it. Like most people in my company, I would assume they wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
Unless you're really close.
Yeah.
Or unless they feel they're close, and oftentimes it's somebody who's older. If they're older and they feel like they're close and it's in a lighthearted way, they might comment on your weight. But oftentimes, if you're not really close, they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, my close friends always say it to me. My mom, my grandma, everyone says it to me. Like, 왜 이렇게 뚱뚱해졌어? 운동 좀 해. Work out a little. Like, your pants aren't gonna fit. Stuff like that. My friends would be like, oh, David, like,
You just have bad friends.
No, like, guys are like that. Yeah. And even among girls, too. Girls give feedback to each other, too. Like, oh, 왜 이렇게 살쪘어? And then they make jokes about it. And
but I also don't think that is to a certain degree, I don't think it's a Korean universal thing. I think it's a very global thing, I would say, to mention about, especially amongst families.
About weight?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Do you guys agree?
I wonder if
I think this weight comment is like a very Korean thing.
Really?
I don't know about the family. You dissected it, but I think amongst friends.
Friends, yeah.
Or maybe even among outside of friends too. Like, I've heard that from my boss before.
Right.
Yeah, like my boss just casually during lunch, he was like, "Oh, David, 요즘 힘든 일 있어? 좀 살찐 것 같다?" Stuff like that.
Right.
Like, are you doing good nowadays? Like, you look like you gained a little weight. Like they just casually tell that.
But also that's also in the sense that your boss probably feels your boss is probably older than you,
Mhm.
and also he feels that he is close to you, while you might not feel that.
Yeah.
Where he can point it out, but when it comes to family, I think it's a little bit more common. I think
It's a global thing among family, I guess. Yeah.
just finding it hard to.
The boss said that, hold up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very normalized here. I've heard it more than 1,000 times from my
Right.
friends. Like my best friend the other day, like we were walking by Han River, and we were just eating ramen, and he's like, "Oh, David, you really want to suck in that ramen when you have 3 double chins, like a triple chin?"
But that's also your friends. Like, you know, amongst friends who wouldn't say, like, I'll call my friends, like as a joke, like, fat fuck a lot all the time.
Would you say that between your friends?
I would.
No, I'm asking the people.
Like, if it's a really close guy friends, why not?
Okay.
Also, like, my guy friends say it all the time to me. I know it's obviously a joke.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens too often, then...
Well, Anna says it to me all the time. Like,
Yeah, she's
David's like, yeah, you need to work out. Like, you got to get the girls, like, you know.
Yeah, but also she's probably thinking that you guys are relatively close. Are you saying that you guys are not close?
We are close.
Yeah, then you should be able to take it as a friendly gesture, or maybe you can.
I do, because I'm like so used to it, but like it kind of stings. It kind of lingers, and I'm not shading Anna, okay? Like, I'm totally fine with it, so don't give her shit. But yeah, like
But also, I think certain friendships, at least, shows that if you can say these like kind of offensive jokes, it's like it kind of shows that you guys are really close.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
also, like,
That's true.
I would never mean that my friends are fat, because oftentimes they're not, and also, like, I also don't really care that much. Like, whether you're fat or not, it's like, it's your life, dude. As long as you're healthy,
Yeah.
I don't care. So, but I also think if you're like, if it's usually how close you are to that person.
Yeah, but as I told you, there are exceptions, like my boss.
Right.
He'd-
Exactly.
He'd be
yeah.
like, oh,
Which in Korea, I would say is people that aren't close to you mentioning about your like weight and stuff is a bit more common, maybe.
yeah.
But maybe. But the funny thing is, if she mentions, if for example we had Anna in the comments of you talking about her, right? If Anna says you look fat these days, you should lose weight. That's okay, but if you say the same thing to her, she will block you. I would assume, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Do you want to
Maybe
test it right now?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, anyways, okay. So another comment about the looks I saw in the comments, someone mentioned about the small head. That's a very
Right.
weird one. A lot of people will say that as a compliment. So they'll go up
It's
to
a
you
huge compliment.
yeah, they'll say like, "Oh, your face and your head is so small."
But I think also it's also Koreans talking about proportions.
Yeah.
If you say like, oh, you have really long legs, it doesn't mean that they're like staring at your legs. It just means that you have really good proportion to your body. So.
Yeah, like the best compliment you will get is like your face is like a black hole that is like disappearing.
Right.
Yeah, 얼굴이 소멸할 것 같다. It's like, wow, how's your face so small? And a lot of people misunderstand it, like thinking like, oh, do I have like a brain of the bird or something like that?
Right.
But it's not like that. We use it for all these celebrities like Winter, IU, or whatever, and all the best comments are like, how is her face so small? Like, look at Chang Won-young's face. How
Right.
is it so small? Like, people, because her face is small, the body proportion becomes like, we count by like head size.
How many heads?
How many heads you have. So like if I were to stand up right now, I gotta do I gotta do it for you guys. Count how much
How
heads
many
I am.
heads is that?
Yeah.
That's okay. 1, 2.
You gotta show it on the camera.
I don't wanna block.
It's okay.
Okay.
Are you really concerned about the pinch fingers?
Yes. 1.
No, this
No.
is like this is warped because of like, you know.
Yeah. So let's say this. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like my hand being there for 7, but I don't know.
Pirate. I think it's like 7.5, but I think normally what people say is like the golden ratio is like 8. We say
Oh.
팔등신 like 8. If you have 8 heads, that's like normally the ideal body proportion.
Everyone's saying 5.
No, it's because of that the art you know how the rails go. Be,
I was like, you stood up.
I don't know what that is in English, but you know those like how optics work.
I don't know why you stood up. You're just getting roasted.
Whatever. Okay.
But you know, it's I think.
But like I think 장원영 is like a 9 구등신 or something.
Really, but
Yeah.
she is very tall.
And she has a very small head.
Right. I think. But also, like mentioning about people's legs, I think is very common.
Yeah, you have pretty legs.
Or like long legs, like very thin legs. And I was talking about beauty and before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oops. Yeah, go on.
And I remember seeing how in Korea, when it comes to women fashion, oftentimes you can be revealing on your legs, but not on the top. Oftentimes Koreans say that often, but we're seeing an article here from last year.
Yeah, it says 장원영's 9 head ratio, and these are like article. Wow, she is really like her head.
She has high heels on.
I think she would have like 9 heads. Yeah, but yeah.
But it's also interesting because like when you mention about people's legs in Korea, like I often see that girls are not minding wearing short pants or short skirts, but when it comes to top, they try to be a little bit more conservative in the sense that they try to not show as much cleavage or shoulders as much. But when it comes to the lower half, they're more revealing. Well, it's the very opposite in the West. I feel that on the top you can be a bit more revealing, but with your legs, I feel in the West you're not as much in Korea, because Korean like their short skirts are short sometimes.
Yeah.
I oftentimes like if I'm walking up like stairs,
You
in
get
the subway,
uncomfortable.
and I see somebody there, I do purposefully like look at my phone so that they don't like feel like
Oh no, I do the totally opposite. I put away my phone.
right, or something like that.
Like you won't look at your phone if you have like a mini
like
skirt in front of you.
You make sure you look down, just so you don't make the person in front of you.
I don't have my phone anywhere near my hands if I have like a girl right in front of me.
Really?
Because like they might look back and like, oh, what did you do with your phone? Give me your
But
phone.
also, it's kind of weird to walk around not looking at your phone.
I'm just like, I put my hands in my pocket and I'm just like
You
looking
just
down.
look like a weirdo walking around.
No, but like I don't want to get any kind of weird like because like the upskirt, you know, what do you call it?
Right.
Like the morka, what do you call them? Like the hidden camera
Right.
stuff. Like the crimes are very. I wouldn't say. Is it
But also,
widespread?
if you turn around, you see a guy like this watching One Piece. I think you're pretty sure that he doesn't care about you. But also, but if you see a guy with no phones, with nothing, just walking, you can be like,
I think that's a safer policy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But it's more or less the same. It's just like us. Sometimes people like ourselves will go out of their ways to make sure that we are not trying to make other people uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
All right. Don't Korean phones make sounds? Yes, they do. They make that chirkuk sound.
But there are applications such as Instagram or like I believe Instagram doesn't make any sound as well.
Mm-hmm. It makes that
Yes.
sound. Yeah.
But like Instagram doesn't make the sound, so like there are applications and other ways that people go about. So don't think that it's like 100% safe.
Right. All right, let's go on to the next one. So we've covered the age and looks comments, and of course we're gonna talk. I don't know, like Korean people seem to talk about everything. So another Korean habit that might offend you is they will ask about your money, rent, and salary.
I don't know if this is true.
You don't think this is true?
I don't think salary is true.
They do.
I don't
Maybe
know
it's because you haven't been in like the salary scene for a long time. But for sure, if you go out, they'd be like, "So how much do you earn?" And you'd be like, nobody expects like a down to like the first digit number salary, but they'd be like, "Oh, I'm in like the 30Ks to 40Ks or something like that." And
I don't know if I've ever met someone. I have met some people, but I don't know if it's like asking about people's rent. I think if you go to somebody's house, if you go to someone's house, like 집들이, which is like a Korean tradition where if somebody moves into a new place, you go to that person's house. If you're invited, you go to that person's house with a gift. it's oftentimes you'd be like, oh wow, this place looks so expensive. Like it must have been expensive. How much is it? Like that, I say is a little bit more common, but asking about someone's salary, I feel like, is not as common.
No, I've got it a lot. Like, I mean, not only like I'm a special case because I'm a YouTuber, but like I've seen my friends get it a lot too because they just casually come up to you and say like, 그런 삼성 다니면 얼마 정도 벌어요? Or like, 라디오면은 얼마 정도 줘요? Like they just ask out of curiosity,
Right.
and they be like, so how much do you earn if you go to Samsung or like Arirang? Like, I'm genuinely just curious. Like, give me a ballpark figure or something like that. So like I've heard that a lot of times, and among friends it becomes even more specific because they'll be like, "Wow, you earn that much," and they want to go into like the salary talk and stuff. So I think it like, of course, as John said, like if you're not that close or like you're total strangers, it's less likely, but definitely people with no filters or that just have a genuine curiosity or something, they will bring it up sometimes. I think.
I think some people, if you work in a specific industry, like you said, like either TV or if you work at like Samsung, for example, then they might ask you that, like the way that you said, like how much do people at Samsung make? And oftentimes I notice that people around near me, at least, won't give their number.
Yeah.
Will give like the statistical number that
Exactly.
or like a ballpark of like, oh, it depends like how long you've been in the company. But if you are, if you've been in the company for quite a while, you'll make very comfortable money.
Yeah.
Is what people would generally say, like just a roundabout, a very big kind of general answer that you can just search up online.
And also, like these people, even when they ask, most decent people, they ask it in like the politest way they can because they're genuinely curious. I guess that's being nosy in the first place, but they'd be like, 혹시 뭐 괜찮으시면 얼마 정도 버는지 뭐 대략 알려주실 수 있나요? Like they'd be like, perhaps if it's okay for you, like I'm just really curious, could you give me like how the range of how much you're earning, because like I'm curious about finance, finance industries or like semiconductors or whatever, and people might ask you that kind of stuff. And yeah,
if they ask you very politely in that sense, then I think it's like not the most offensive thing, because they're doing it really just rather interested in the knowledge, not willing to judge.
But I'm curious, in the West or your own culture, would it be okay if you asked politely like this? Like if I were to go to you and I'm like, I'm just really curious, like I've never met a Google guy that works in the HQ at like San Francisco. Like, could you just let me know like how much you earn and maybe a ballpark figure? Like, would that be considered rude, even if I tried to be as polite as possible?
But the thing is, at least the internships that I've been in, I know that it was a very big, like, a rule to not talk about how much money you made, just because they didn't want other kind of employees to judge each other or so you were not allowed to talk about it. Right? And I've been in companies like that, but amongst like family, again, they might, but also I feel like I don't know if it's career specific. But about rent, yes. If you go to someone's house, one of the common things is like, oh, how much does this place cost? Not in the sense that it's just judgment, but in the sense of just pure curiosity.
Oh, wow. Even if I put in so many cushions like that, it's considered rude. Oh, wow. I should never ask salaries then. Yeah, because I'm current enough to ask like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't care if people make more money or less money than me, as long as
you can get people really mad too.
Unless it's like your significant other.
Wow, that's none of your damn business.
Yeah.
Whoa, wow. Money talk is very personal. Wow, okay.
Usually I don't talk money with my friends, in just the sense that like you can kind of tell if somebody makes more money than you, right? And that's just all it matters, to be honest, because then that also shows who's going to be paying. And oftentimes it's not me, because I'm poor.
It's super taboo in South Africa too. Wow, that's very interesting. Because like, okay, we've talked about salary, but going back to rent, of course, like the monthly rent, it's like, we ask because like, why did we ask? Because we're just curious.
Curious?
But like if you step up a little bit from, if you escape that monthly rent tier and go to like chunse or like actually owning a house. A lot of people ask that too. Like, you know, you say you live in like this particular apartment and people will be like, "Oh, like how much is your apartment or how much is your house?" Like people would ask that kind of stuff cuz like real estate is such a hot topic over here.
Right.
And they'd be like, "Oh, is it around like a million or like a point 0.5 or something like that?"
I think it's also some people just kind of like curious in the sense that they wonder if they could live in a place like that
Yeah.
as well. Like if it's worth, like if it's cheap but the house looks really good in good condition, then people could be asked in the sense that a little bit of jealousy, I guess,
Yeah.
if it's, you know, a really good deal.
So, for instance, like because I live here and it's like not very normal for my age bracket. Like, you know, it's a big ass house. I used to live with my grandma. A lot of people just come to my house, or like when I mention I live here in this area, they'd be like, "Wow, like that must be like, you know, like something 900K or something like that, and like how do you afford that? Is it chunse? Is it like bought? Is it your own?" And they go into all those kind of questions. And sometimes I feel like it's nosy, but sometimes I feel like people are just like genuinely curious about the
Right.
real estate price.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I usually ask because it has gotten ridiculously expensive in the US. Real estate is very easy talk here because people always surveying. Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
Surveying, yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. So you could go, like, I'd be like, you know, if I meet someone that lives in Silicon Valley, I'd be like, "So can you tell me how much your house costs?" Like that would not be offensive.
Wow.
Is that okay? Look it up online. Don't ask on outright.
Yeah. But it's also just the topic of question. Some people just ask just because there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Or like there's.
I mean, if I'm in New York, and someone lives in a high rise,
wouldn't
like,
you be curious?
yeah, I'd be like, "So how much does?"
I know I'm not gonna be able to live there, so I'm just like, how much does it cost? Or like ballpark wise.
Would that be offensive?
It's like, yes, technically you can Google it, but also like if you think in that sense with everything, you can technically just Google anything. So it's like there's
Oh, no, not really. It's not too sensitive.
if it I do feel like sometimes if it is a question that you can Google, then maybe it is not sensitive, so you can just ask them.
Okay.
Right? If it's something that you can find online,
Okay.
then maybe it's not so private.
Mm-hmm.
So it is okay to ask. I wonder if that's what our viewers at the moment think as well.
Yeah. Ask the realtor. Don't ask someone. Look it up yourself. Okay.
Interesting, but we do have really like mixed kind of responses. Some people are saying it's okay.
I guess it depends.
Other people, I guess, not so much. But I guess in the sense, read the room. Read the
Maybe,
room. If
yeah.
that person obviously doesn't want to talk about it, don't. But if if they're living in somewhere where obviously they won't mind feeling judged, or if you're at someone's house, then it could just be an easy topic to just talk about and just move on.
So I'm just curious, like, guys, you guys are talking about rent here. Like, I'm not talking about like monthly rent. Would it be actually offensive to ask like the property price itself, like if you own it? Because like that's what we do a lot here, like among my friends, or like maybe people I meet in the first meeting. I'd be like, we always talk about 부동산, real estate, like
Right.
housing prices in Korea, in Seoul, and he'd be like, "Oh, I live in that apartment in like this neighborhood," and I'm like, "How much does that cost?" You know, like I'm just curious because everyone's just so into investing.
Right. But the moral of the story is a lot of our viewers are saying, have some lunch. Just like if it's the right place, right time, then maybe. But if it's like, if it's just asking blatantly, maybe to even shame them, then maybe not so much. Right.
Okay. Oh no, sir. Okay. You can look up exactly what was paid for online. Okay.
Right.
It depends how close the person to the person. Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need to be careful then. I need to stop
I'm
asking
glad-
around.
I'm
how
surprised you're finding this out now.
Maybe I'm just too Korean.
Maybe.
Yeah, Koreans are like they're just obsessed with housing prices.
Yeah. But it's also because I think it's just ridiculously high for everybody and nobody can afford anything. So it's just like, people. It's just a topic of like to relate to somebody. Just being like, it's like if both people are complaining have the same common enemy, then it's just a really easy way of connecting with someone. You can talk about how real estate's so expensive and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, the other day, the friend I was mentioning, the Han River, he recently moved, and his place is really nice.
Oh, congrats.
So I was like, yeah, how much did it cost? And he's like, oh, it's hamo. No.
Damn.
It's like a villa, and he decorated well. And I was like, how much does the interior cost, and how much is the 보증금? I like the down payment, and how much is like whatever. And he's like, yeah, it cost me like 300K for the property, 100K for the interior, and then like a little down payment. Utility fees are like this and that. We go even to that level. I mean,
it also probably shows how close you are with the person.
I guess.
And also, if you're close, like, what can't you tell him, right?
I guess.
But yeah, that's a lot. That's not very common with most people. Like, I wouldn't ask you how much this place cost.
No, you can ask me.
I don't really care as well. Sorry. I'm like, even if I ask you, the thing is, I don't live by myself. I live with my family. So like, even if I ask you, I don't know if it's a lot or small. It's a number to me. So
right.
But also, you'd have to be really close to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm. All right. Depends on the person asking. Do they change behavior based on the result? Then it's annoying or a bother to be asked this. Yeah. I guess it depends. It depends on who you're asking. All right. So, how long have we... Okay, we've been streaming for an hour, so let's rush a little bit. So the next one we're going to talk about, another Korean habit that might offend you, is judging a person by everyone's favorite... MBTIs. And in the past, it was blood types.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of common. But it's also like, if you think about the West, they have their astronomy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their star sign and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with it. Sorry if I offend anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're all kind of ridiculous. MBTIs, I kind of understand more because it really kind of shows your mindset and mentality in that specific moment when you're taking the test.
Yeah.
Blood type, star sign, I think that's all BS. You cannot generalize people by 4 different blood types. You can't generalize people depending on like what.
Right, of course, we all know that.
born.
But like, have you gotten that treatment in Korea?
Yeah.
Like, can you give us an example, dialogue of like how people would judge you on MBTI or?
I would say so. People. For example, I'm a blood type B. I don't know if
I'm a B too. Yeah, we're the worst.
Are we the worst? I don't know.
Yeah, apparently we are the worst.
Apparently we're bold. But also like I don't know what do you guys think my astrology is? Please do. People who are into astrology, if you do believe that it's real, please do tell me what you guys think it is. But when it comes to MBTIs, it changes every time a little bit. The last 3 times I did it, it said I was ESFJ.
Yeah. So what would people talk about if you open up that you're an ESFJ, or like what would they assume, like judge you about?
But the thing is, every time I say it, I clarify that I'm an 88% extrovert, so I'm a very big extrovert. Everything else, I'm in the mid 50s. Like, and then S, I'm a 51. So it's like everything else, I'm like, I don't have a personality.
Okay.
I can really change depending on who I'm with, but people do often say it's just like I'm very like outgoing, and also like I'm a people person, I'm a people pleaser and stuff like that. But I don't really mind because I can really all the other things I'm in the middle, so I can like change depending on who I meet. But besides that, I'm a very big extrovert.
Yeah, I think it goes like nowadays the trend is like. Not a trend, but I think the dialogue is like, oh, that's why you're an E. I mean, oh, you must be an E. Like, it goes both ways, Right. Like, if you're extrovert, they might like be like, oh, you're an E. Or like, if you talk about like some sci-fi stuff, they might, oh, you're an N. And they try to guess your MBTI. That's one phase.
Right.
And then the other way is like, you do something, and people will be like, oh, you are so ENFJ. Oh, you are so INTP. Like,
right.
Stuff like that. It either goes both ways, vice versa. And also, they would probably, people just are judgmental on certain MBTIs.
Right.
And they don't like certain types. There are even, like, people who filter out potential dates
Right.
considering MBTI and stuff. So yeah, definitely they do have some kind of stereotype.
But I think a lot of our viewers are kind of pointing out the fact that it's just a conversation starter, it's just the icebreaker oftentimes. But I do think it's interesting when it comes to like astrology or blood types.
Mm-hmm.
Blood types, for some reason, I notice that Koreans do get it right a little bit more often. Maybe it's just because there's only 4 options.
Yeah.
But
25%.
yeah, you have 25% of getting it right. So maybe. But also, I did notice that people, when I asked to guess about my astrology, everybody gets it wrong. And it kind of shows like...
Nobody does astrology.
But
here.
when it comes to MBTIs, I do think that there's a certain level of like... You can... Some people you can exactly tell what their MBTI is. Right?
Maybe.
Like some people
I
that
don't know.
like I can tell that like for me a lot of people say I'm obviously an extrovert. Yes.
I'll try to guess yours.
I just said mine.
I forgot. I totally forgot.
Really?
And I didn't even know you're an extrovert. I thought you were an I.
What?
You don't seem extrovert to me.
The only thing that I am is an extrovert.
Really?
Yeah.
So I would have guessed you're an I.
Okay. It kind of also shows how much you listen to your guests. We have this recurring thing that you don't listen to your guests often. But okay, I'm an I, sure.
And then I have no idea. Like
Maybe you just don't care about me. I'm just slowly sensing that you just
No,
don't
but
care.
maybe I just don't know you personally that much because like I have to what do you call it? Evaluate whether you're like a feeler or a realistic person or imaginative person or like you do things impromptu or you plan stuff, but I've never seen any kind of like those things
Okay,
in
do I
the
plan
action.
stuff or do I not plan stuff?
How would I know?
Okay, the thing is, you saw the amount of research that I do before coming on your
Oh, right. So you're a planner. Then that means you would be a J.
Wow.
Oh, you're a J, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got that one
How
right.
is it not obvious? But okay.
And I think you mentioned a lot about like your relationships and how you were kind of affected by it. So you would be the emotional type. So you're an F.
Right.
Oh wow! Woo! I'm right on the money. Okay. And
By
then,
the way, just like 5 minutes ago, I just literally said what my MBTI was.
I don't remember.
And I think the last one is going to be difficult because it's 51 and 49%, and they switch often.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that part where it was where I was stuck.
yeah,
Anyways.
that one is I'm like the latest one I did. It said I was an N, but the last 3 I did it. It said I was an S.
Okay.
So I don't actually know. It's like 49, 51%. It bounces back and forth, so I don't really care.
All right.
But yeah, sure. Wow,
Alright.
someone mentioning on your calf muscles. Damn. Your hairy ass legs. Look at your legs. Look at your legs right now.
See, like Korean people like to mention about appearances. Wow, your hairy ass legs.
I don't know why you'd want to show people your legs.
I'm just sitting like this.
I'm glad that people are mentioning on your calf muscles. Thank you. Anyways,
Anyways,
it's a
okay.
live show.
Okay, so we all know about blood. I would have never guessed you were a B. I would have said you were an O or an A.
I think A is a...
A is like the
Introvert?
like the introvert or like a little bit more sophisticated or
Right.
easily hurt or something like that.
AB is a little
A B
bit
is the
like...
psycho or genius.
Or genius, yeah.
Yeah, type artistic or something like
Right.
that. O is like well-rounded, like you're compatible to everyone, you adapt well, and everyone likes you. And B is like the asshole, the aggressive, hot-tempered person.
Yeah, I could see you being a B. I'm sorry, it's way too early.
Like, see, this is how
This is
they
how
judge
things
you.
are.
This is how they judge you.
Yeah, it's just every time someone's like, you say something that you are, it's like everyone's like, oh yeah, I could see that you being that. I didn't notice that people say you are.
People usually say I'm an O.
Are you a Virgo? What's your astronomy sign?
Virgo.
Virgo. Oh wow, people were right. Virgo was.
And they
right.
know my birthday.
When's your birthday?
8.
Do you know your birthday?
I know, but I'm just converting prior to August 29th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, let's go on to the next one. So, okay, another Korean habit that might offend you, especially if you're a foreigner and you're traveling Korea, is prolonged staring in public.
Right. So,
what do you think about this?
I don't think this is... Okay, I've seen a lot of videos about this.
Yeah.
And I have a hot take.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Go for it.
I see a lot of foreigners, foreign content creators, you pointing out that, like, a lot of foreign content creators are pointing out how, like, Koreans don't sit next to me, Koreans stare at me. No shit. I go overseas and people stare at me all the time as well.
Oh.
You're a minority. Like, get the fuck over it. Like, if you're a minority in a country, yes, it's oftentimes. If I go to Thailand, last time I went to Thailand, people stared at me. It's fine. You're a minority. What do you expect? In Korea as well, if you dress a little bit too out there, people will stare at you. If you're black in Korea, people will stare at you. Is it a bad thing? Is it a negative thing? Not always. It's just the fact that you stand out. If you are tall as fuck, I know Korean guys who are like 190 something. If they go in public, they'll get stared at as well.
Yeah, if you have like a bunch of tattoos, piercings, if you're just different and you're something that they've never seen before
that's
rarely
not Korea
seen.
specific as well. That's if I go to, for example, if I go to New Zealand and I'm shirtless, people are gonna stare at me because I look.
But I do think there's like a difference in the prolonged version. Like in Korea, I do say, especially for older folks, they'll be like, they'll actually look at you for a long time, especially like frowning and giving you like the bad expression too.
Maybe. Yeah, I would say that does happen, but also that does happen to me when I like Asians. If I go to like,
I mean,
as well.
I would say like if you're traveling out like outside of Korea, I got a lot of stares too. But it's usually like you look at them, they're looking at me, and then if I give them the look, our eyes meet, they look away. But then in Korea, like the ajumma and ajashis would be like. And then you even look at them and they keep on staring at you.
But also, I think that does happen more often. I don't think it's as much in Korea as other countries. And also, interestingly, I've had like tall foreigner friends come here. And yes, foreign, like old ajumma and ajashis will look, but you can't generalize the whole of Korea, the whole youth and the whole like regular people into these ajumma and ajashis that look. And also, I noticed that some people pointed out that like foreigners won't, like if you're a foreigner, people won't sit next to you. That's not true at all. And also, if they don't sit next to you, maybe it's them trying to be considerate of if you are if you're Korean and you're stuck in the subway bunched up together, you're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
But if you're a foreigner and you come to Korea and you're like, if you have a bit of a size, people won't sit next to you as well because they probably don't feel comfortable. I'm a bit of a bigger proportion person. You're gonna be touching my shoulders. Some people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, and if you're a foreigner, maybe they just don't want to make you uncomfortable. It's just a general thing that does happen. It's just like you can't blame everything on your race. Like you can't use your race card for everything. It's just some people just don't want to stick to you. Maybe it's just because you're ugly, dude. Like maybe, like yes, not all content creators are the prettiest people in the world. Maybe it's just you're ugly and people just don't want to stick to you. Maybe it's just that you're a guy. For example, I'm a guy. If there was an empty seat that was next to a girl and there was an empty seat next to a guy, I'd probably prefer the girl. Why? Because the guy's probably bigger than the girl, and I would probably take up more space. Just like that. It's just like you just can't always blame it on the race thing. It's just what I want to say.
Damn, mic drop.
I'm just saying. I see this happen all the time. It's like maybe sometimes it is the race thing, but most times I would say people don't go out of the way. Also, just because Korea has so much foreigners now, you're not that special anymore. So like, chill, dude.
Oh wow!
Like you're not that special anymore. Calm
Did you
down.
see my bag? I feel like the background music is playing right now.
Like
actually, you know what? I'm gonna call my friend Jerry today. K Explorer, do you know him?
No.
He does this series like Subway Hot Takes.
Mm.
It's like a homage from like a New York content
Oh
creator.
yeah. I've seen the New York guy.
Yeah. He does the soul version.
Yeah.
And he does hot takes. Let me actually contact him and get you on the show. Get you on a series, and you should exactly say the same hot take in this energy.
I wouldn't mind exposing, like, the thing is, I don't like people who praise Korea for all its, like, it's the best place. No, I think Korea has a lot of bad things. Prostitution is very common in Korea. There's a lot of bad things in Korea as well. There was a report that I believe it was like 3-4 years ago, there was 8,000 stalking cases. I believe it's like over 10,000 in the most recent one last year. Like there's a lot of bad things, but also if you talk about Korea and you're saying that there's only bad things there, I also think it's wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely.
Like Korea does have a lot of good things, a lot of bad things. Like, yes, there are gonna be people who are racist, but also there's gonna be a lot of good people around here as well. It's just like you can't make content exploiting this like one extreme side of your bad habits. Does that mean I can go around saying that New Zealand is the most racist country because when I grew up, a lot of people said like ching chong and like did their small eyes? No, I can't. It's just a very small minority of youth that I had interactions with. It's just like,
all right.
it's just like these content creators that come to Korea and they share their own little minority experiences and they think it's the main thing. It's like, no, it's just you're ugly, dude. People don't want to sit with you. I don't want to sit with you at that point. It's just that is how I feel, and and also maybe I'm the ugly one as well. People don't often sit next to me as well, so that's yeah. But we do have Dolly Baby. Thank you for your it's
nice timing.
It's on your I can hold it.
Honey, I'm very special and gorgeous.
Yes. And also the thing is, if you're really pretty, I'll be honest, if you're pretty, people are gonna want to sit next to you on the subway. Yes, that's obviously a natural thing. Right? We're just humans. Chill. But I do want to read some of the, because I know some people would disagree, and that's totally fine.
Go on. Yeah.
But someone is saying, John seems like he'd fit in here in the US. You're not special, dying of laughter over here. Right. We're not all that special. But I'm glad that a lot of people do seem like they're a little bit on my side in the sense that they do agree that Korea is not the best country, but it's also not the worst country. There's a lot of good things, but a lot of bad things. I like that you're eating crumb off your chest, or your belly there.
Never waste food.
You're very comfortable on your live stream, aren't you? I still think this is like, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been checking my. I also do feel the importance of
PayPal?
PayPal donations.
You feel the importance of PayPal?
Like, the thing is, last time I was here, somebody sent me a donation a little bit late, and I didn't get to read it on air.
All right.
I felt so bad.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like,
yeah, so let me shout out to Nurul today. 맛있게 먹어요. Thank you so much. Because I set the pinned comment today as treat us lunch.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Treat us lunch if you want. Pinned comment, paypal.me/koreanpizzaclub.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it at me? I thought it was I just used my email address.
Yeah,
I didn't know
you can say at koreanpizzaclub.me, whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The link is not .com, it's like paypal.me
right.
/ whatever. Anyways, I'm very much enjoying this live. Was Aaron? Thank you. David didn't give John a talk about it. Do you really think I'm such a bad host?
He did.
I gave him 2 of everything over here. All right,
he did.
I offered him water. I offered him like my.
What did you stop? My what?
What?
You said I offered him mine, then you stopped.
What do you think? What do you think would come out from that? Like, what do you think?
What
were you thinking?
Out after that? Whatever you just said. Don't bend over towards me. Bend over towards the other way. Don't. It was weird. I don't. Everything we talk about always goes towards sexual sometimes, but
no, it doesn't. You're the one that takes it into a sexual twist.
I'm gonna check my email. I feel it's just but yeah, it's I'm a little bit. We're still working. I do feel like this is working for me and you.
Yep.
So we've got to be a bit more professional. Don't pause. Don't say pause. don't pause. Don't need to pause.
Okay, all right. Let's go on. So the prolonged staring at the public. might only apply to old people, ajumas and ajashis.
By the way, if we are gonna eat,
Yeah.
unless it's quick, should we order delivery food? Cause
No, but let's go out.
okay,
Yeah.
'cause we don't have too much time left. Because I do have to go to work later on.
Right, right,
So yes,
right.
but should we carry on a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's skim through all these. So the next one is let's see. What? This was not on the list. Okay, so the next one. Oh, what? This changed. Wait, let me go back to my original script because that is not what I prepared. Let me go to Kakao Talk and see.
You did. Do you want me to read it out? I do have Kakao Talk open.
Yeah,
right
you can
here.
choose one.
Yes. Out of the ones that you did send me, coming to about looks, age, salary, asking about relationship status.
Oh, right. So another one that might offend you is asking about relationships, and this is just very common, right?
That's just common around all around the world. I think.
Is it?
I don't know if it's more common
Even in
Korea.
workplace?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think relationship status and stuff is a very easy topic to talk about. That was weird. But yeah, I don't think it's career specific. So a lot of the list that you
So
sent me out-
like we're coworkers, and I go to you, like I'm asking you guys. I'm a coworker, and we're not really that close. But could I ask you, like, do you have a boyfriend, or like are you in a relationship?
You wouldn't be if you were that straightforward. Then no. But if you were to talk about a bit of a roundabout way, then maybe it is.
because in Korea, like a lot of the bosses or the
I don't know which
coworkers.
shitty people you had
No,
surrounding
no,
yourself
no. Like it's totally common because like they'd be like, "Oh, 여자친구 있어?" Like 만나는 사람 있어? Like 남자친구 있어? They'd all be like that, and that's not like a taboo question at all.
I've been at Arirang for over a year and a half. I've only had that question once, and it was because I was telling them how often I go out and spend time outside, like not at home.
All right.
So I don't know if I get that question as often
I think that's just a typical icebreaker.
because
Like
I
if
think,
you're out and about, or like you're out of things to talk about, like they'd be like, "Oh, 여자친구 있어요?"
maybe it's because you're a little bit older and people expect you to be married.
No, I've gotten this from like I don't know, from like early 20s.
Or
to
maybe you
mid-20s.
just look like the type to be.
No. I think I don't know. Like okay, we have different backgrounds and environments, but I think in general, like a lot of people ask this. Yeah.
Yeah, but also I'm the person to type to be cautious about this because I never want to ask somebody to make them feel uncomfortable as if I'm hitting on them. So maybe because I'm not the type to ask, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's also kind of creepy to ask like female coworkers like, "Hey, do you have a boyfriend?" Because then it could come off as you're hitting on them. But also, I don't know.
No, you could just be like, you don't have to phrase it as, "Do you have a boyfriend?" Like, are you in a relationship or something? Like, are you meeting someone?
Yeah, that's also because kind of
Really?
as flirting. Yeah, because
Is it?
You're saying if they're available.
Really?
Yeah, maybe you're the one asking people, and that's why they ask you as well.
No. No. I am for sure. Like a lot of Koreans just like talk about this, like they eat their rice. Like this is just a totally common question. I'm pretty surprised no one asked you like for the 4
Maybe I
years.
just look single. Maybe I just look like the type to be single, so they're like, no, not worth asking him.
Or maybe you just didn't have enough interaction with them. I don't know. Like because
Maybe.
like like if it's like Pepero Day or like White Day or Valentine's Day or Christmas or whatever topic occurs related to dating, they'd be like, "Oh, 여자친구 있어? Oh, 남자친구 있어?"
Then I think then it's not as flirtatious. Then I think that's if it's, for example, if it's on Valentine's Day, you can be like, "Oh, are you spending Valentine's Day with somebody?" But if it's not,
So I did see Anna's story today. She just posted like, "Oh, it's only 100 days left to Christmas."
oh yeah, I saw that this morning as well.
Yeah. So like obviously, if we're talking about this question, like among a group of people, they'd be like, "Oh, so do you have somebody to spend
That I
Christmas
think in that sense that's kind of more natural. Yeah, I think that's fine.
But why is it not natural if you just ask like, "Are you in a relationship?"
If you go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, are you in a relationship?" Then no.
No, like it's not like I'm gonna go first. And, "Hey, are you in a relationship?" We're just gonna sit down having dinner or whatever, and like, so like, are you in a relationship?
again, I think it's about that dunchi. If the conversation steers towards like, like, oh, my friend did this, or like, oh, if you're talking about like, oh, like that you've been going on these like, hanging out with people, then you can be like, oh, then you must not have a boyfriend, or like, oh, if you got spending a lot of time with your friends, do you not have time for your boyfriend, or like, then you can kind of read the room, but in most sense, most people won't be like, hey, are you in a relationship? Kind of thing.
David been unintentionally flirting with girls all the time? Nah. I asked the guys too, so like, does that mean I'm flirting with them?
Maybe. You could be open. It's 2025. We don't judge.
Alright.
Maybe it's just the tongue coming out of the closet. Maybe.
Alright.
But maybe it's not unintentional. Maybe it is intentional, because knowing this guy asking about my model friends that I've met.
Alright, so Aaron says, do Koreans ask the body count question for their coworkers? No.
Definitely not.
That is not. That is a definite
unless it's like a drinking environment where you're really close friends and they're from foreigners and you're talking about sex already, then no.
Yeah, that would be an oopsie.
Yeah, I think...
That would even be sexual harassment. You'd be filed for sexual harassment. You'd straight go to the HR.
If it's at work, unless you're really close, unless you've like... kissed under the table.
Yeah, like you'd have to be like locker room bros.
Yeah, I think most people just about sex. I think it's taboo.
Yeah,
relationship not as much. I would say, but
everyone asks if you're single or not.
Yeah,
it's for some reason it matters, and then the reason they ask sometimes is just out of curiosity, or like sometimes they're like, oh, 소개시켜줄까? Like, do you want like a 소개팅 or something?
Right. If it is like, oh, you have a girlfriend, then being like. If I ask you, oh, you have a girlfriend, be like, oh, does she have a cute friend? Or like, or like, I could be like, hey, are you in a relationship? If you're not, can I introduce you to somebody?
Yeah.
In that sense, then I think it could be naturally done, but oftentimes, I just heard someone say John's body count is high.
Is it? Yeah, you're asking. I'm asking it right now.
Sorry. Yeah, see, now this is a
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Where's HR when I need him?
I'm putting you in front of 300 people right now. All right. Okay, so we're the okay. There it is.
One of the last ones left.
Okay, so let's see. So we did age, we did looks, and salary or rent, and asking about relationship.
Talked about staring
as well. And this one, judging blood type, we did that one as well. This one. So a lot of people, I don't know. I don't think this might occur to foreigners, but among Korean people, especially among family, they do this a lot, I would say.
But the thing, so we're talking about comparing you to others,
like
other cousins and stuff. But I don't think this is Korean specific. This is all Asian households. Like, I know Filipino friends all around the world that are like get compared to their like nurse, their cousins and stuff.
Yeah, but like since it's the Korean Pizza Club, we can say it's Korean.
Yeah, but
also people will add up to it and say, oh, that's the same for Filipino. But that's not the case for Finland. That's not the case for Sweden or whatever.
I think it's quite universal for family members to compare with other family members. But I guess in Korea it happens a little bit more. Maybe certain cultures, but again, I think it's a very Asian thing. I think it's also a very white thing as well. I just don't know if this is Korean specific things, right?
So like what I would get when I would gather for like Thanksgiving or whatever, they'd be like, oh, your whatever cousin is already married and he has a stable job and like he already has a baby and he's living in this area of Seoul, and what are you doing right now, blah 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 blah. And I don't know, my mom would always compare me to other people, like her friend's daughter or whatever. So yeah, families are just nosy. This is a very ethnic minority. It's an Asian thing.
I feel like it's an Asian thing. Again, we have Filipino nurses in the comments. I love it. But I also just think I've seen my Western friends do this all the time as well. I don't know if it's Korean specific, but Korean people do tend to care a lot as well. Because maybe it's because we do have these holidays, like with Chuseok coming up very soon, which is like Korean Thanksgiving, I believe. We also have like Seonlan, which is like the Lunar New Year's, where families too oftentimes gather together, and even at like recently I went to a wedding,
Yeah.
And weddings, they do this often. Like, oh, what do you do? Oh, like your cousin's doing this. You know. But also, it's just people making things to talk about. I don't think it's that deep. Again, it's one of those things that people just kind of like say, not to hurt, or maybe to hurt a little bit, or maybe to encourage you to work a little bit harder. Like maybe, you know, we're at a time where we should slowly think about marriage.
Yeah.
Huh?
You slow. Me kind of. Yeah, a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, like, I feel like for your age at least, and my age as well, like every other month I'm going to a wedding or a funeral.
Wow, already? How old are you again?
I'm 26.
You're already going to weddings.
Yeah, I went to a wedding like last week.
Damn.
I went to one last month as well. So like every month I feel like I have to put a side of money on the side.
Was the person a teacher?
No, the friend was a doctor or nurse or something like that.
Okay.
It was in the medical scene, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we have some musicians going as well. So, like Kim Jong-un well, he's in his 50s.
Yeah, Kwak too.
Yeah. But, yeah, so it's just a universal thing, I feel.
All right. Okay, let's go on to the, we have two more, the ones you brought, right?
Yes.
The last one I prepared, another offensive thing, might be speaking in commands as care. So it's like offering you things, but depending on the translation, it can be kind of be like question mark, like why are you saying this to me?
Right.
So it's like, for instance, like 더 먹어 아니면 빨리 자
Right.
아니면 like 그렇게 많이 먹지 마. That would translate to like eat more or
Right.
go to sleep early. Don't drink so much. So that's like recommending or suggesting or out of concern and care.
Right.
But then it feels like being pushy sometimes in the translated version. It sounds bossy in a way.
I guess, yeah. I think in Korean phrases, it's a little bit more common because the way that you talk, it's a little bit more. But this, I think, is relatively more Korean, just because of the way that like dialogue is spoken. But
I think there's a little bit of a jung
Yeah.
entangled there too, because like jung, because like if we were at like a restaurant. And you know, we share side dishes, right? And we'd usually be like, oh, you know, 더 먹어, you know, like eat more. Is that weird?
I guess in English it would often be a question like, oh, you should eat more. You wouldn't be like, 더 먹어, like eat more. Like you wouldn't be like eat more. Yeah, you wouldn't be like eat more. You'd be like, oh, you should have some more. Like
you should have some more.
Which is oftentimes a question. But it's also kind of in the side of
what about like go to sleep early? 빨리 자.
빨리 자. You should go to sleep. Like you should go to sleep.
You should go to sleep.
It's like what you call or like tell your international friends, right? You should go to sleep. Like you should stop drinking. Like 술 좀 그만 마셔. But which would be like you should stop drinking. But you wouldn't often be like you should stop drinking to your friends. You'd be like you should drink less. Or, you know, maybe that's just the way that I feel like I communicate.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Korean it's a little bit more direct, but also
we speak in commands.
But people don't receive it in commands.
Yeah.
People often hear it as kind of like just like 잔소리 a little bit. Like they just don't care as much.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I guess like a polite thing to say, or maybe just to fill up the void.
I noticed that a lot of people are saying that I could be their son, I could be their kid, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it's too bad. But I do see if you're a foreigner and you come to Korea, it could feel a little bit pushy. This I would agree with, yeah.
I'm just curious, like besides like of the language itself of being like in the command form, is it weird if I just shove like the plate to you and say like eat more?
In an international
international
unless you're like
standpoint.
my friend's grandma, then I'll say it's a little bit weird.
Is it? Is it because like, oh, I'm an independent person, I can determine what I eat or not?
You would often say you should eat more. Like
You should eat more?
you're like that in that sense, you should eat more is also not a question. Did you notice that it's a live stream that we work?
I didn't catch it. It's still on my radar.
He saw a bug, which is why he just left the mic. But yeah, I think oftentimes it's like you should eat more, like which is a question, right? It's not like, oh, eat more. You could probably say, oh, eat this, which also sounds a little bit weird. It would be like, you should eat this. You should try this. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, to
My mom tells me to eat less. Yeah, it used to be like, I don't know, it used to be eat more for me, now it's eat less for me. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, my parents tell me to eat less as well, but they say tell me to eat more healthy.
True.
That's fine.
All right. So, John brought 2 more.
Yes, because we wanted to fill up the last 10.
Yes.
So the last one of the ones that I bought is getting shoved in Korea in public. Like if you walk around in public, oftentimes you'll bump into people. They won't shove you, but you get like you do like a shoulder budge with people, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the more like you bump into people, and my idea is that this is while this might not be Korea specific, it is very Asia specific. In the sense that if you're in a place where it's very populated in a very small space, specifically in Seoul, this happened to me in the subway in Bangkok. I'm assuming this happens in other metropolitan cities, such as like in Japan as well. You're gonna be shoved to people. You're gonna shoulder budge into people. I say don't take it as offensive. Like people don't go around trying to shove you into. There are some people, there are minorities, but most people they just want to go about their day and they just don't look where they're going, and there's just people surrounding you all at all times. They're looking at their phone and they might get bumped into it. It's no one's trying to go after you.
Yeah.
It's my idea.
Right. It just happens because it's a dense place and people are just busy and they're just moving around and there's no space.
Right. And also in subway.
But the thing is, like, what people get wrong is, when it's like too crowded, people bump into each other and they just move around. But like if that actually happens and there's not a lot of people around and you have some space, people will bow down to and say, "Oh, 죄송합니다." Like they will say sorry and like apologize.
If they don't, they're just a piece of shit. But that's also universal. There are shitty people everywhere. And if you're in Korea, especially, I notice a lot of people complain. In Korea as well. Koreans, there are some Koreans that will complain about you being shoulder to shoulder with somebody during rush hour. And my idea is you're here on a rush hour. If you don't like it, fucking don't move during rush hour. Is my idea. Like if you're gonna be shoulder to shoulder with somebody, if you don't like it, if you don't like a little bit of push and shove on the subway when it's so compact with thousands of people trying to get it, if you don't like it, then walk. Or get a car. Like if you can't get a car, then stop complaining like the rest of us and just go about your day.
Wow.
Like, or just move when it's not the rush hour.
Okay.
Because you're gonna get pushed and shoved.
I see your blood type B showing here.
I'm like, maybe I'm just like, I don't like it. Nobody likes to be shoved and pushed. I don't like being sweaty next to some big, like, guy as well. But like, until the day that I get rich enough to get a car and move around, stop complaining.
Yep.
Like, we're all stuck in this together. Just try to be a little decency, make a little space for others. You'll be alright.
Fair enough. I did see this interesting thing, a clip of New York and New Yorkers on the speed of how they walk. So there's supposedly a certain speed you have to walk in New York.
Really?
Yeah, so apparently if you walk too slow in like narrow places and you're blocking the people behind you, people get annoyed and people actually say like, can I like they comment something like, can I go, or like can you move or something like that. So that was interesting.
If you say it in an offensive way, I think you're also part of the problem.
They were offensive.
Yeah, then at the same time you're being a piece of shit. But it's also on the escalator.
Yeah.
I know you're not supposed to be walking, but I'm the type to walk on the escalator oftentimes. And if someone is standing on the left side of the escalator, which you're supposed to leave it free for people who walk, that does a little bit frustrate me. But I do politely be like, hey, excuse me, I'll get, like on your left or something, so that they will move to the right. But if they don't, then I will be like, yo, get the hell out of my way.
Oh.
Like, you're, like, culturally, like, you're not supposed to be standing on the left. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be polite at first, I'm gonna tell you off if you don't listen.
Mm.
But it's also like, people have places to go. Just be mindful.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. And let's go to the last one you prepared. So, one thing you might be offended of is
that people might not speak English or not might even be willing to speak English. So, again, I talked about how content creators make these videos, and I do get frustrated at times when they talk about how unwelcoming like Koreans are sometimes towards foreigners. And yes, that might be the case, but if you aren't willing to learn Korean, if you're expecting to come and expect everybody to speak English for you, honestly, go back to your country. Is my idea.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't.
Fair enough.
The thing is, if I go to America and I expect people to speak to me in Korean, I'm in the wrong, right? If I go to America and I speak English, Korean, and I expect them to speak Korean, I'm in the wrong. If you come to Korea and you expect people to speak English, you're in the wrong. Like, at least make a little effort. Those people that will reply to you in English, or those people that will try and make effort into the little English that they know, they are the people who are being sweet and nice. If you come to Korea expecting people to all speak English for you, you're in the wrong. You shouldn't feel frustrated. You shouldn't feel angry. It's just the actual language of Korea is Korean.
Yeah.
If you don't want... I see a lot of foreigners as well that come to Korea and aren't willing to learn Korean at all. Like, I know a lot of American military guys do this. I know a lot of exchange students do this. Not all. Most will make effort to learn Korean. But if you come to Korea and you don't want to even make this a little attempt to try to speak Korean, and you only feel like you can... Yes, you can go about speaking English, which, yes, that's very possible. But if you don't make any effort at all, don't come here.
Yeah.
Right.
So I do think we have to differentiate long-term stayers and tourists. So long-term stayers definitely it applies but for tourists sometimes, okay, I want to give some people some slack because like definitely English is the universal language.
Right.
It is the first language for a lot of countries out there, and it's okay to ask in English. We're not saying like learn 죄송합니다. 여기 어떻게 가야 돼요? We're not talking about that. You can ask like, "Oh, excuse me, could you tell me?" But if the person has like a silent reaction or doesn't respond, then you're not entitled to a response. I think that's what you're talking about, right? So like even if they're like, oh, and then they just move on, they're not being rude to you. It's like they either don't speak English, they're shy, or like they're too busy or whatever. But like people who are actually going out of their way and like using translators or trying to speak broken English with you are doing a service, right?
And Mind Spasm was talking about using translators as well. I think that's totally fine. Like the fact that you're showing effort to communicate is great. And I think one of our other viewers was talking about how like when I spoke my broken Korean, people were more willing to meet me in the halfway and speak broken English. That's totally true. Like when I went to Thailand, I made the wallpaper of my phone into certain Thai words like kapung krap, like things that like I wouldn't pronounce perfectly because I'm not Thai, but like just thank you, hello, like can I have this, like stuff like that, like general terms like where's the bathroom, like that. If you know it in the language or even try to make effort, people will feel appreciated. But if you just go up to people, speak English and expect the full English reply, you're totally in the wrong. And yes, people might ignore you, but you shouldn't be too offended.
Yeah, but now like it's funny because like nowadays I'm seeing TikToks about like foreigners living here that know Korean and they go up to Korean people like, "Oh, 화장실 어디예요?" And then the worker is gonna be like, "Oh, go out left to upstairs." They'd be like that, and they're talking in Korean, but they get answered in English. So some occasions like that occur.
It does, and oftentimes like in the positive way, I want to believe that the way that if you're not really good at Korean and you speaking Korean is helping them to make it comfortable for them, they're speaking English to make it comfortable for you. So it is a good thing and how. But I do see sometimes that Koreans will try to like not help you practice as much by replying to you in English, which might demotivate you a little bit.
And the reason to that is because you know, if I say like 아 화장실 나가셔서 오른쪽 가셔서 올라가시면 키 있고 번호판 이렇게 1, 2, 3, 4 누르면 되실 거예요. then you're not gonna understand that, right?
Yeah.
So rather than saying like 화장실 밖에 오른쪽, then they just decide outdoor, outside, right, upstairs. 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be more easy for them, right? To explain. So you always have to be considerate toward the person who's giving you the explanation. I would say, yeah.
Exactly. But that's just the thing that I've seen on social media, which I kind of had to vent a little bit. But it's just it's just like you're going to a new country. Remember that I say this to Koreans all the time. I hate Koreans. I hate Koreans that are in like Southeast Asia.
I'll just clip that and say
sorry.
I hate Koreans.
sorry. I should have spoken a little bit past that. I hate Koreans that go to Southeast Asia thinking that they're better than others.
Okay.
I hate white people that come to Korea thinking that they're better than others. Yeah. You're not. Like we're just all people at the end of the day. We're all gonna die and decompose and be just be a source for the trees.
Oh.
Like that's end of the day. That's all we are. Like,
okay, the best way to end the stream.
So like, just be kind, loving to others.
Okay, Jesus.
Considerate is my 2 cents on this. Maybe do Duolingo for like a month before you come.
Yeah.
But like then again, I'm just a nobody talking into the camera and mic at times, so
and just food for the trees.
Exactly. But we do.
All right, yeah,
yes,
we do have to run. So yeah, PayPal. Enjoy lunch today. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you, appreciate it. We will enjoy lunch. I don't know what we're gonna get, but seriously, who hurt John today?
Social media hurt me. Social media hurt me.
I had Papa John's yesterday.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was gonna Papa John's.
Yeah, they had a IVE poster on, and also I got a Happy Meal for the BTS meal. I got Jimin.
Well, maybe you should eat more healthy. I'm just like, maybe you should listen to your family's advice. And eat less and eat more healthy.
Yeah.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah. So we're gonna get going. Yeah. I think. Did you receive any PayPals?
I did not receive any donations today. It's okay, but if you guys do send it and I didn't read it, I will check one last time. But do appreciate you guys having me on the stream. Hopefully the food will be enough. You're getting mom's touch, right?
Yeah, let's get mom's touch if you want.
But yes. Again,
I'll go to the gym.
Again, your PayPal is in the pinned comments, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the pinned comments is, but yes.
All right. So yeah, I'll get him some food. So don't worry about that. And thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's live. And also, John is going live today too.
I am. I'm going live at 5 p.m. KST. So our show starts at 4 p.m. KST, but I go in the second half, which is at 5 p.m. KST today at Adidan Radio YouTube live stream. You guys can come in. Mochiana, that was in this live stream, she is a regular listener of ours as well. So if you guys come regularly, we'll be able to memorize your name. Again, Dolly Baby, everybody who sent in donations. To David, thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for having me on as always. It's really fun. When am I going to be on your podcast video? I'm never invited to your podcast. I'm just his live stream.
Nobody's invited to my podcast nowadays because it's non-existent.
Well, really? It's done?
You haven't noticed on my channel that
but like, it's not kind of you're not doing a season 2.
Well, let's see. I'll figure something out. I'm still discovering myself.
Sexually or?
See, he's the one that makes these twists.
If you say you're finding yourself, which other way am I not gonna twist it? Right, buddy? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why, but every time John comes, she itches her ear so much and it smells. Last time it was like that too.
Maybe
she rarely does this, but like
maybe she just noticed that I'm the doctor.
What do you mean?
Just like she feels safe around me, so she can show her symptoms.
All right. Yeah. So okay, remember we're all gonna die. Bye, everybody, and see ya.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.